Let's take you back to one of our leading stories this Friday morning. A memorial service set to be held today for media personality Warrick, popularly known as DJ Warras. He was shot and killed this week in the Johannesburg CBD. Police are now on the manhunt for several suspects believed to be behind that killing as tributes continue to pour in from across the media fraternity. Watching developments for us in Sandton is our senior reporter Chrisdelda Lewis, who joins us now live. And Chrisdelda, so much to be said about this individual who contributed a lot, not only to television, but also radio broadcasting.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we've heard, Ayanda, since news broke of the passing of Warrick, known as DJ Warras. Many people paying tribute to him, not just as an incredible human being, as we've heard, but also as a very dedicated father, a dedicated friend, and also someone who was incredibly opinionated. You know, someone who had a view on politics, had a view on music, anything that concerned South Africans. You know, Warrick had a view on that. He didn't feel that, there was not a need for him to engage on issues that were facing South Africa. So today, we're expecting scores of mourners, including family, friends, as well as industry colleagues, to gather here today in Sandton. And I must tell you, Ayanda, is that the venue even had to be changed as a result of the outpouring of love and a number of people who wanted to come and pay tribute to him here at the memorial service. And you would recall overnight we'd seen a raid in the Johannesburg CBD at the very place where Warrick was shot and killed. That particular building hijacked. What we've heard from authorities is that a Warrick with DJ Warras had been roped into that particular building in order to reclaim that hijacked building, and unfortunately, meeting his untimely death there, his family and friends, industry colleagues have been devastated since that tragedy, and today they're going to pay tribute to him. I did say that Warrick or DJ Warras was very opinionated. He had a view on everything. Someone else who has a view on everything is Gareth Cliff. Gareth, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let me pass my condolences to you on the passing of your dear friend. Gareth, I guess today it really hits home because it is a day when we get to remember DJ Warras, what he was as a friend, as a relative. Family members will hear from them in terms of the kind of person that he was, but we've heard a lot already. I mean, today we're here to pay tribute to your friend.
Yeah, and he was such a happy guy. I said to someone just now, he just feels out of place to be doing this, and I think many of the people who knew him even better than me are struggling with similar things, in that you are part angry, part just horrified and sad. I feel like Warras would be laughing, and I don't think it's too soon to say that, but he was a brave man, and I'm glad that you said that he was opinionated. But, he could back up his opinions too. He was hugely intelligent. He believed in things that were bigger than what he was doing on a daily basis. And believe me, what he was doing on a daily basis was substantial enough. And there are many people who loved and looked up to him. There are many people who learnt a lot from him, including me. And I'm just very privileged to have been able to spend the time that I did with him. And to have him work with us at the Real Network was a real pleasure. And I know he and PH did a tremendous job of making audiences laugh, making them think, making them cry sometimes. And he's going to make a lot of people cry today.
Yeah. And I mean, Gareth, I think everybody wants justice. Many people, social media everywhere. We have a huge problem of crime in South Africa. People are gunned down every single day. And it sort of has become the norm. Everyone is calling for justice and wants to see justice, not just in this matter, but I think for every single family in this country. For, I guess, South Africans to believe that the criminal justice system is actually working.
Yeah, and I don't think it's for me to talk about politics or the criminal justice system, especially not at this stage. And I'm not a politician, and I wouldn't know how to address these things. I always feel that it's when someone is a public figure in the scope that Warras was. I mean, he knew everybody, and people all felt that they knew him, and that's true in some way. His contribution is enormous. And unfortunately, his death will also make an enormous contribution. I'd have preferred that he were here. But it does force us to look at some of the things that are going on. And as you rightly say, for ordinary people in South Africa who are not big voices that have an enormous amount of clout, as he did, in some ways he speaks for them, and even his death speaks for them. People are dealing with a lot of real difficulty every day. And people live in the CBD of Johannesburg, and it's not a great place to live.
Gareth, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed. And condolences once again to all of you, including the friends. Thank you. Gareth Cliff, who is a friend of DJ Warras. Not surprising, of course, that they were friends. I think on the basis that, we know that Gareth Cliff, also incredibly opinionated, they would have a voice on issues plaguing the country, and that is who is being remembered here today. DJ Warras is someone who was incredibly opinionated. He spoke about a number of issues, including issues plaguing South Africa, and we saw a lot of those videos circulate on social media about the kind of person that he was. He always spoke up about issues, and as Gareth Cliff said, he would bring facts to the comments that he was making about anything and everything. So today is expected to be a very, 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 very sad day. I know that, since news broke of DJ Warras's gunning down, many South Africans have been outraged about what has happened. So the latest that we know from police is that they were combing through CCTV footage. And I did indicate since the day we had been on scene, there were a number of CCTV cameras that surround that particular area, which would help police to be able to piece together exactly what happened on that day. But they did indicate that we're looking for suspects. We know that a number of individuals had been taken in for questioning. It's very important to highlight that questioning does not mean arrest. So no arrests have been effected yet at this stage, but certainly, we'll follow up with authorities on how far their investigation is, what has since happened, the people who've been taken in for question, have they since been released, and how far their probe is into this assassination. Clearly, everyone indicating that this was indeed, a calculated plot to kill the renowned DJ and a businessman. We're expecting the family to arrive here, Ayanda, round about 10:30 this morning, I understand. At this particular point, we'll just show you here on my left, a beautiful, beautiful setup that has been put together. And you will see on the main screen there the number 1 behind him. You would recall that he was also, on a live amped, which was, one of the SABC's incredible programs. And I mean, to be part of that program, Ayanda, you had to be very vibrant. You had to be, someone with personality. And he certainly was that. Someone with personality, someone with vibe, someone with opinion, someone who was very caring towards others. You go to social media, a number of, videos that have been put up in his interactions with the people that he knew and that he worked with. You could tell the love that he had for them. And we're expecting a demonstration of that love for him to be what will take centre stage here in Sandton today at the memorial service.
Absolutely. This was someone who in many ways was a cultural authority. Certainly I know a few people look to him to even get a sense of the state of the inner city at the time of his passing. So Chrisdelda Lewis, live to us there from Sandton.